If it's my art, it's touching people's lives that they can appreciate, and so be it. Let it happen.
It's not uncommon after retirement to take up hobbies like painting. But for Joe Hooten, his artwork is more about redemption.
I just want to make things as right as I can while I'm still alive.
Joe described himself to me as once having a dark side.
My life is nothing to be proud of by any means.
40 years of drug and alcohol abuse have taken their toll on this 68-year-old. Today, he lives out his remaining weeks at Manor Hospice.
Terminal cancer.
Joe started painting a year and a half ago after being diagnosed.
I've always loved art. I've always loved colors. I want to see other people to share it with the world.
Would you like to be put in a gallery one day?
Yeah. Sure would.
Before or after you move on?
Before. But I don't think that's possible. I want to go home someday. I want to go back to God that gave me life. And if I had it to do over again, if I could lay my life down for my country, my friends, I'd gladly let it go.
I'm Mark Pfister with the Pfister Files.
The dream of a dying artist comes true thanks to some help by another famous artist. Action News first told you about Joseph Hooten in an edition of the Pfister Files. The 68-year-old was diagnosed with terminal cancer a year and a half ago and turned to painting to help relieve his pain. Well, best-selling artist and Las Vegas resident Michael Goddard heard about Joe's story and arranged for the two to put on an exhibit at the Artful Home inside the Galleria at sunset. Joe says he never thought he'd live to see his work on public view.
He's alive. As a matter of fact, I don't think words describe it. I don't think they created that word yet.
The two even collaborated on a painting that will be sold on eBay to help pay Joe's medical expenses. Joe says he'll donate all of his other paintings to the New Hope Hospice, where he'll live out the last days of his life.
If you head west on Charleston past the 215 and a few miles past the Red Rock Loop, you'll find Bonnie Springs, Old Nevada. It's been there since the mid-1950s, but it takes you back to the Nevada of the late 1800s.
Can I say what a customer told me?
Yeah.
He said, you know, you've still got a little bit of heaven left. And I thought that was great.
Bonnie Levinson, better known to everybody as Miss Bonnie, started out on the silver screen.
I worked around student picture business all my life. My dad was in it. And I ice skated and danced.
Today, Bonnie Springs is home to a Wild West ghost town complete with gunfights and hangings.
Did you enjoy that?
A bar, a restaurant, riding stables, and Miss Bonnie's favorite, the petting zoo.
I guess I love my animals the most. Oh, hello, Billy. He's missed me because I'm gone. He's so cute, and people, is that, you go in with him? Sure, I've had him since he was 7 ounces.
In the early days, Miss Bonnie did a lot of the hard work herself. But it was Al, her husband of 40 years, that she says completed her life.
My husband had been told there was a dingy blonde out at the boondocks running a bar by herself. So he came out to see, and he kept coming back, and then he got smart and put his bottle behind the bar because he didn't like what I had. So I charged him for the drinks out of it. So then he really got stuck. He was here for 40 years.
Al's gone now, but nothing seems to slow down the 85-year-old Miss Bonnie.
I'm still Bonnie, but not the Springy.
Miss Bonnie and her staff are keeping the spirit of old Nevada and the Wild West alive and well, just 45 minutes from downtown. From Bonnie Springs, Old Nevada, I'm Mark Pfister with the Pfister Files.
Somebody like a mushroom. Yeah. I don't see.
That's JJ, the shoe shine guy, and he's been at it for 46 years.
Spit shine learned. That was my first shine I learned at the age of 5, turning 6.
And since moving to Las Vegas, he's become the favorite shiner of the happiest mayor on earth and our current governor, to name just a few.
From the White House to the outhouse, they've all got to be shine. Actually, I love it. I've been here about 7 years. Yeah, shine mostly in the airport, McCarran Airport, gate C7. After 9/11, it just destroyed the shoe shine industry in the airports. As you've probably noticed in your travels, you can't find a shiner in the airport any longer.
Now, if JJ had a trademark, other than a great shine, it'd have to be his pin-covered vest.
2 American flags on my dresser, pinned them on my vest the day of 9/11. And when flights resumed in the airport that Friday, people just started giving me pins to commemorate 9/11. And that's how it all started.
JJ had a thriving business at the airport, but that all changed after 9/11. Today you can find him at Triple George, downtown on 3rd Street, trying to rebuild his business and his clientele.
Well, that's rough. I mean, there are days I'm pulling my hair out and, you know, oh God, why me? But you know what? The kind of parents I had taught me what doesn't kill you makes you better.
And that's what he's hoping to pass on to his 4 children.
I taught my kids that they could fly from the day that they were born, and more than touch the sky. Basically is to keep them encouraged and, generally speaking, keep them busy, because I will guarantee you, if you don't do it, somebody else will.
You can find JJ just about every day at Triple George downtown, but you won't find him there this weekend. He'll be in Oklahoma as part of the Emmy Award-winning gospel choir that backs up Gladys Knight.
She's a wonderful lady. They don't build them like her anymore.
I'm Mark Pfister with the Pfister Files.